Two Real TV, take 6. Two Real TV, take 6. What's up? Welcome to Two Real TV, man, where we keep it two real. This is one of the realest and newest channels on YouTube, hands down in my opinion. But I just want to say this channel is created for anybody out there who's searching for the truth and trying to make sense of it. Now let's keep it 100 though. We know the truth may not make sense all the time, so I don't expect you to believe everything that I say. But I do hope you at least take into consideration what I'm saying. That way you can gain your own personal revelation about it and understand it for yourself. The first thing I want to say, I was on YouTube watching a video. It was uploaded 5 years ago from the Jimmy Kimmel show. I think a little boy named Arden Hayes. His name was Arden Hayes, okay? In the first minute and maybe 30 seconds of the video, he noticed that the map behind him was missing Sudan, a whole country. And Jimmy Kimmel was like, huh, it's missing what? And he was like, yeah, it's missing South Sudan. And the crowd start applauding for him. You know, like, oh my God, you know, he found that mistake, but everybody kind of just brushed it off after that. And you know how Jimmy do. He made a joke. He was like, oh, we should get that person fired. And on top of that, there's a flag in the background, the United Nations, or is it the United Kingdom? Matter of fact, hold up, let me look this stuff up. I got it all on my, what am I doing? This flag is the United Nations flag, okay? This is actually if you look at the symbol, though, believe it or not, this is actually a flat earth map. And thus, you got the circle right there. Now, that's not what I'm really going to explain yet. But that's the first part I wanted to say. The second part was, I used to watch a lot of debates, right? And I ran across this dude named Brother Polite. The thing is, he debated a lot of people. He got his own YouTube. I seen him on DJ Vlad, YouTube channel. And if you go look up, I think I wrote that down too. If you go look up Brother Polite, why Jesus couldn't be white or marry a virgin. If you look that video up, around 4 minutes and 46 seconds, he was talking about how the flag represents nature. And basically it's something that has an impact, though we can't see it, but we can feel it. And so that was his belief. And he says basically that it's another misconception or another form of God, in a sense. If you watch the video, he can explain it way better. Just go watch the video. But the thing is, he starts to talk about how the circle is intuitive and objective knowledge. And he was basically saying that we wouldn't know the circle exists if we would have used, I think he was talking about arithmetics. Pi, a number 3.141592 equal to the circumference, the diameter of any circle radius, distant from center of a circle to any point on it. Sector is like a slice of pie. A circle wedge, tangent of a circle. A line perpendicular to the radius that touches only one point on the circle. Okay, as you can see, they got a whole bunch of examples up there. Now, we all did pi and all that in school. I can't even remember how to use it right now, if I even try to be honest to you. He was basically saying is, we wouldn't know that this circle exists if we was to use arithmetics. But if we use objective knowledge, which, matter of fact, hold up, intuitive knowledge, intuitive definition is using or based on what one feels to be true even without conscious reasoning. It's more like just straight up believing, I guess you could say. Objective means of a person or their judgment, not influenced by personal feelings or opinions. It's considering and representing facts. So objective is more about facts. And then this is what he goes on to explain, that you can come up with the circle 3 types of ways. What he said. Now, I think the first one he said was the triangle and the apex of a triangle, the three apex of a triangle. If you draw a circle around it, you'll be able to basically link up to a circle. And then he was talking about how another way is to draw, I think, half of the diameter and to make a circle 306 degrees all the way around. And I think the other way he talked about is doing a 180 degree line straight across and then an arc. And then if you reciprocate the same thing at the bottom, you can get a full circle too. Now, when it comes to circles and everything, hold up. Matter of fact, what else did he say? Let's take some good notes on him. He got some good notes. I ain't gonna lie. No, basically what he said is, when you look at, okay. So he basically goes on to say how, and he put me on this because I really didn't think about this. So I give him props for that, even though we don't have, similar beliefs. I believe in God. He don't really believe. I think he believe. I don't know what the man believe in really. He was talking about how a circle and a square is fraternal twins. They both equal 360 degrees. And basically, he was saying that all we realize is this is the working model of the spirit realm. The circle represents spirituality, and we can bear witness to the circle from its counterpartner, square. Now, I want to show y'all a couple of pictures just of circles, squares, and triangles of things that we all bear witness to. Oh, I forgot to say, arithmetic is basically the branch of mathematics dealing with the properties and manipulation of numbers. That's how they basically came up with the pi, because it takes irrational numbers to be able to come up with the circle. And it's basically not a whole number. They basically saying, from what he was saying, he's saying they basically saying that that's the best they can come up with to create a circle when it comes to pi. You got to understand that a circle, I put this in one of my videos before, but a circle is two-dimensional, but a sphere is three-dimensional. A circle is the set of all points in a plane that are a given distance from a fixed point. But a sphere is the set of all points that are a given distance from a fixed point. When I'm reading some of these definitions, I'm probably not going to be able to pronounce them, man. I'm telling y'all that right now. I'm going to try. Just know they ain't going to come out right. Y'all going to have to go read it or just read it for yourself. I'm hopefully have it posted up in the video. Now, the definition of a circle is basically a circle is the locus of all points equal distance from a central point. Chord a line segment within a circle that touches 2 points on a circle. Diameter, the longest distance from one end of a circle to the other. A number 3.141592. Okay. Y'all probably hear me messing up too because I be trying to pronounce. I'm trying to pronounce my words for y'all that way I can, you know what I'm saying? That way I'm trying to pronounce it how exactly. If I just go ahead and talk like this right here and just go ahead and get it to y'all like this, y'all want me to just, y'all want it like this right here, just raw? Oh, I ain't know that's what y'all want. And then, okay, cool. Trying to say these words right. Okay, now peep game. So let's just start with the circle, man. First of all, this is the picture of the earth right here. NASA got this picture of the earth. Okay, that is the United States. Huge. You know what I'm saying? If you notice, it's humongous. And now, this is in the system. You can look this up. This is not manipulated by me. This is what NASA done put out. If you look at this picture in the United States, see how big this is, okay? Now, you see that, right? Now, check this out. It's Africa. Now, look how big Africa is, okay? So, Africa is big, and on the other one, the United States was big, okay? So, and not only that, so far, it looked like Africa is over here, and the United States is on the other side. Now, you can look these up, like I said, through NASA now, okay? Now, this is another one. And this is actually the United States and Africa together in the same view on the same size circle. Now, You got to go look that up for yourself. I ain't got time to tell you all that. Isaiah 40:22 King James Version says, "It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers, that stretch out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in." Another thing I noticed too, when God talking about the earth, he talking about on. But when he talking about us, he always saying we dwelling in it. When he talking about the devil walking, he walking to and fro in the earth. Because we are in it. And from his vision, I guess he looking at it like y'all own it. In a sense. You know, that's how I got it. But even when you look at the this verse right here, and you see that it says that, what it says, that stretch out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. You got to understand, he talking about the earth, y'all. Okay, now this don't nowhere say that the earth is round and none of that. You know, he using tents. He using a tent. That's a covering. You know, a curtain. That's a covering. Spreading them out as a tent to dwell in. Okay, I don't want to get too carried with that piece. Okay, this is another thing too. So I start learning some new things, looking at these definitions, and just start realizing a lot. I start just learning new things. What is this? Oh, another thing too. Another Bible verse says, Proverbs 8:27, King James Version says, "When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the depth." Now, if you look up the word compass, I know y'all probably be like, "Oh, I know what a compass is," but see, you got to go look up the definition of compass. So the definition of compass is to go around something and circle a course. The ship wherein Magellan compassed the world, contrived to accomplish something. He compassed his end only by the exercise of violence. Not good. Okay, so compass, that's what that means, man. It's to go around something in a circular course. Nah, we're talking about circles right now, okay? And kind of mixed with squares too. So the circle and the square, keep that in mind, okay? We're talking about both of them is like fraternal twins. They both is 360, okay? Now the crazy thing is, before I get into circles and squares, matter of fact, we're going to come back to that. Let's talk about the triangles, because that was the first thing I was supposed to talk about. The triangles is very important too, the things that we see. Even the Bermuda Triangle, okay? Now, the Bermuda Triangle, also known as the Devil's Triangle or Hurricane Alley, is a loosely defined region in the western part of the northern Atlantic Ocean, where a number of aircraft and ships are said to have disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Most reputable sources dismiss the idea that there is any mystery. And that's usually what people do. Oh, there ain't nothing going on. There's clearly something going on. Everybody see it, but the people who, it's nothing. Come on, man. Y'all, stop. Nah, I always thought the Bermuda Triangle, you see what a lighted area is. Now, is it the points? Like the apex of the triangle, when Polite was talking, is it the points to where at these points when they connect, then it actually like blocks everything out, and whatever's happening in it just shut everything down? That's why when ships, or is that actually a boundary in the middle of the ocean where these lines at that's causing this triangle to be the Bermuda Triangle? We don't know, but it ain't the Bermuda Circle. It's in water too, so you can't actually see a shape. So I don't know why they call it a Bermuda Triangle. If it's it must be a triangle, some sort of triangle shape down there somewhere, for them to even call it some sort of triangle. In my opinion, I'm just guessing. Okay, now peep game. Of course, you got pyramids that they built, humongous pyramids. You know what I'm saying? You got the pyramids of Gaza or Giza, if I'm not mistaken. You know. Also, you even have the Israel flag. That flag, there's 2 triangles. And even within that triangle, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 triangles. Okay? So the triangle is definitely something important. Now let's give a little history Okay, right here it says built during the time when Egypt was one of the richest and most powerful civilizations in the world. The pyramids, especially the Great Pyramids of Giza, are some of the most magnificent man-made structures in history. Their massive scale reflects the unique role that the pharaoh or king played in ancient Egyptian society. Though pyramids were built from the beginning of the Old Kingdom to the close of the Ptolemaic period in the 4th century AD. The peak of the pyramids building began with the late 3rd dynasty and continued until roughly the 6th. 2325 BC. More than 4,000 years later, the Egyptian pyramids still retain much of their majesty, providing a glimpse into the country's richest and glorious past. Now, y'all can see that these people had massive structures, and you know how we always talk about our technology is better than theirs. I don't think it is. They got what's called natural technology. And if you listen to what Brother Polite, he do say a point, man. I'm a Christian, but he do make a point about how if we looked at the way our ancestors looked at stuff, just like if we went through the Old Testament, how they originated things from, you get basically the foundation basis of the whole story or whatever you're trying to research. You get the foundation of it. But you got to go. And if you think about it like this. In every category in the world, there's an old school something, just like, and you know, you got your OGs, you know, they know all about the rules. The OGs, they used to be like the gangsters back in the days. Their rules are very different from the gangsters nowadays. Okay, so they, you know what I'm saying? And that's in every area of life. That's in, you know, science. You know, back in the day, science was a little different from now. You know, they was trying to go about it the natural ways, and then of course they started doing some extreme. As y'all can see today, they are combining all kind of things they ain't got no business. But I learned that if we look at the old history of things a little bit more, we can understand how everything is working and how everything came about. But our generation don't want to do that. Now let's go to the part 2 of this. And it says, okay, this is the Pharaoh in the Egyptian society. During the 3rd and 4th dynasties of the Old Kingdom, Egypt enjoyed tremendous economic prosperity and stability. Kings held a unique position in Egyptian society. Somewhere in between human and divine, they were believed to have been chosen by the gods to serve as mediators between them and the people on earth. Because of this, it was in everyone's interest to keep the king's majesty intact even after his death, when he was believed to become Osiris, god of the dead. The new pharaoh in turn became Horus, the falcon god, who served as protector of the sun god, Ra. See, I ain't even know that really like that. You hear about the sun god, them worshiping the sun because it's God and all that, but you don't really hear about you see, that's new information right there. Okay, and then it says, did you know the pyramid smooth angled side symbolized the rays of the sun and were designed to help the king's soul ascend to heaven and join the gods, particularly the sun god Ra. Interesting. Okay, this is part 3, and this is the last piece of it. Ancient Egyptians believed that when the king died, part of the spirit known as Ka remained with his body. To properly care for his spirit, the corpse was mummified, and everything the king would need in the afterlife was buried with him, including gold, vessels, food, furniture, other offerings, the pyramids. I be run-on sentences. The pyramids became the focus of a cult of the dead king that was supposed to continue well after his death. Their riches will provide not only for him, but also for the relatives, officials, priests who were buried near him. So they actually buried that stuff with them so they can have in the afterlife. You say you don't really hear about that. Well, you probably did. I didn't hear about that really as much, but. And that's what we have about the little pyramid history, okay? Now, this is my favorite part of the show. If I messed up and everything on all this, I hope I don't mess up on this part of the show. Because I just first of all, I found new images I've never seen that actually put together what I see in my head in a sense. Hopefully I can do the same thing for you right now. the square and the circle. Now, the flat earth map really, okay, the flat earth map look like this. The thing is, that wall around it look like this. Okay, so you can picture this wall going around. Okay, now who knows how far this go out right here? Okay, compared to with them people right there, man, that's a vast, okay, vast. Now, I'm trying to put together a picture for you. Now, the crazy thing is, I've never even seen this picture right here before. Now, check this picture out. Now, I know somebody, I don't know if this is a real image. It don't look that real because the water, I'm pretty sure you can't see the water from up above that high. I'm pretty sure. So I'm pretty sure this was made like this. But I think this is like the closest we can get when it comes to like the flat earth thing. Now, to us on the flat earth theory, hold on, let me machine it. Make it like I ain't got pictures. Now, peep game. So, matter of fact, I got to read this. I got to. This is why this is like my favorite part of the show right quick. Okay, so in Genesis, I've always debated about how I get the flat earth out of the Bible. Because it talks about how the firmament, there's a firmament, water above and below the firmament. The firmament is the sky, which is considered tangible. You can actually touch it according to the Bible. NASA them is supposedly going through in and out. They're sending satellites. They don't know what they doing, but they're going past it, supposedly. Now, what I'm saying is, for those of you who do believe in the Bible, and you may believe that the earth is round too, I really think you need to do a little more research, maybe, in my opinion, because it gives a description of heaven. Y'all know in Revelations, even using a measuring rod. You need a measuring rod to measure the city. Now, I've had some people come to my door, not Jehovah's Witnesses, but they was non-denominational. They basically was telling me, hey, do you know about the kingdom of heaven? I was like, yeah. They was like, about the wife? I was like, we was talking about the wife. He was like, well, no. I think she said the mother. I think she said the mother. It's like, just like you have a father, you got to. I was like, who you talking about, Mary? She was like, no. She was like, I'm talking about I think she said the New Jerusalem. I was like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. She was like, I was like, the city. She was like, no. She was like, the thing is, people think it's a city, but she was like, it's actually talking about the people. And I was like, no, I don't think it's talking about the people. I straight up, and that's how I am that's why I'm like not to sound like when they come, but I just get straight forward like that, man, because I was like, I think the bride of Christ is actually during the rapture. And I say this actually is a building. It talks about, I'm going to read you the Bible verse, but I got to read the whole thing, though. I want to read the whole glimpse of it so y'all can get a good concept of what it is now. Okay, so I'm going to read out the book. I probably put up another different one in this post. It'll probably be very different, but it says, then I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and there was no longer any sea. I saw the holy city, the New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride beautifully dressed for her husband. And I think that's what because it says prepared as a bride beautifully dressed for her husband. So the city is prepared as a bride beautifully dressed for her husband. That's how it's prepped. I don't think that is the actual, woman or the, what I'm saying, or people. So far, I don't believe that. And it says, and I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, look, God's dwelling place is now among the people, and he will dwell with them. They will be his people, and God himself will be with them and be their God. He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things have passed away. He who was seated on the throne said, I am making everything new. Then he said, write this down, for these words are trustworthy and true. He said to me, it is done. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. To the thirsty I will give water without cost from the spring of the water of the life. No, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. It say, to the thirsty I will give water without cost from the spring of the water of life. Those who are victorious will inherit all this, and I will be their God, and they will be my children. But the cowardly, the unbelieving, the vile, the murderers, the sexual immoral, those who practice magic arts, the idolaters, and all liars, they will be co-signed to the fiery lake of burning sulfur. This is the second death. Okay? The next one is goes to the next chapter, which is called the New Jerusalem, the new bride of the Lamb. This is also why I feel like, okay, anyways. One of the seven angels who had the seven bowls full of the seven last plagues came and said to me, come, I will show you the bride and the wife of the Lamb. And he carried me away in the spirit to a mountain great and high, and showed me the holy city Jerusalem coming down out of heaven from God. Now you see another thing too. I was reading that when he said he carried me away in the spirit to a mountain great and high. How you carry somebody away in the spirit? You know, this is something that it just got me. I don't know if it's true or not, but the Holy Spirit, right? If we was to live like Jesus Christ and really truly gain like whoever he carried away right here, I feel like who is he? I need to find out who was talking to him. But whoever got carried away in the spirit, you had to be worthy enough to you have to have that spirit in you in order for the angel to be like, look, come here, you were, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. And he carried me away in the spirit to a mountain great and high, and showed me the holy city Jerusalem coming down out of heaven from God. It shone with the glory of God, and its brilliance was like that of a precious jewel, like a jasper, clear as crystal. It had a great and high wall with 12 gates, and with the 12 angels at the gates. This is how I don't believe it's talking about people. That's talking about a building. They got gates and got 12 angels at the gates. On the gates were written the names of the 12 tribes of Israel. There were the 3 gates on the east, 3 on the north, 3 on the south, and 3 on the west. The wall of the city had 12 foundations, and on them were the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. The angel who talked with me had a measuring rod of gold to measure the city, its gates, and its walls. The city was laid out like a square. Did y'all just hear that? As long as it was wide. He measured the city with the rod and found it to be 12,000 stadia in length. And I think it's furlongs in one of the other ones that I had. But in here it says stadia. In length and as wide and high as it is long. The angel measured the wall using human measurement, and it was 144 cubits thick. That's a thick wall if you think about it. That's also, I know that ain't talking about a people. The wall was made of jasper, and the city of pure gold, as pure as glass. The foundation of the city walls were decorated with every kind of precious stone. The first foundation was jasper, the second sapphire, the third agate, the fourth emerald, the fifth onyx, the sixth ruby, the seventh chrysolite, the eighth beryl or beryl, the ninth topaz, the 10th turquoise, the 11th jacinth. Okay, there we go. And the 12th amethyst. The 12 gates were 12 pearls, each gate made a single pearl. The great street of the city was gold as pure as transparent glass. These words are small, y'all. I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I skip a whole sentence and gotta, you feel me? My bad if it's taking too, you know what I'm saying? That's why I got the words up here. Let me continue reading. I did not see a temple in the city because the Lord God Almighty and the Lamb are its temple. The city does not need the sun or the moon to shine on it, for the glory of God gives it light. And the lamb is its lamp. The nation will walk by its light, and the kings of the earth will bring their splendor into it. On no day will its gates ever be shut, for there will be no night there. The glory and honor of the nations will be brought unto it. Nothing impure will ever enter it, nor will anyone who does what is shameful or deceitful, but only those whose names are written in the Lamb's book of life. So if your name written, and that's basically everybody, man, come on, man. Like I said, I know y'all ain't want to listen to nobody. Y'all don't want to listen to guidance because y'all feel like y'all forced to, but we come equipped with 2 parents. We are born with guidance. We need it in order to live. That's how we was created. Two. We needed to be made. You feel me? One more Bible verse. Eaten, restored. Then the angel showed me the river of the water of life, as clear as crystal, flowing from the throne of God and of the Lamb, down the middle of the great street of the city. On each side of the river stood the tree of life, bearing 12 crops of fruit, yielding its fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree are for the healing of the nations. No longer will there be any curse. The throne of God and the Lamb will be in the city, and his servants will serve him. They will see his face, and his name will be on their foreheads. There will be no more night. They will not need the light of a lamp or the light of the sun, for the Lord God will give them light, and they will reign forever and ever. Man, come on, I want to be on that squad. Forget that. Okay, now, like I said, that's a description of the kingdom of heaven. It says in a square, it's in a big layout. It's just as tall it is long. And then another thing, also, 4 corner Bible verses. You can Google this up. If you right now can jump on Google and just look up flat earth Bible verses, at least 15 gonna pop, 20 gonna automatic pop up. Some of them, now don't get me wrong, some of them is not gonna even probably make it sound like it sounds like flat out. Don't get me wrong, but some of them, majority of them, definitely. Not one say it round, curve, or none of that. Ezekiel 1:17 say, whenever they moved in any of their 4 directions without turning as they moved. I'm just reading different. Let me see if I can hold up. Okay, Ezekiel 46:22 say, in the 4 corners of the court there were enclosed courts, 40 cubits long and 30 wide. These 4 in the corners were the same size. I need to look into that Bible verse. Because if you think about it, where do wind come from? Because it talks about the 4 angels holding the 4 winds from the 4 corners of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that's just some things to think about. I need to pull that Bible verse up. Oh, look, Acts 10:11. And he saw the sky opened up, and an object like a great sheet coming down, lowered by 4 corners to the ground. Now let's be 100. That almost sound like this. It look like it's gonna have 4 corners. You know what I'm saying? That's the city. And then, hold up. Let's get in detail to what this dude said. I went online and read about what this dude. Hopefully this video don't cut off again. But basically, he was talking about. I think this dude, he believes in science too, but it talks about the literal size of heaven, you know what I'm saying, right here. And if you read, you know, it say the measurement of the city described in Revelation chapter 21:22 is 12,000 furlongs. A furlong is 1/8 of a mile. This makes a city about 15,000 miles square, or 15,000 miles in all directions. Now, come on. This is quite a large city. The total land area of the United States, including Alaska and Hawaii, is 3,717,796 square miles. The literal land of the area of the city described in Revelation would be 2,250,000 square miles. That would make the city of somewhat larger than half the size of the United States. In addition to that, the wall of the city described in Revelation is 15,000 miles high. This is an extremely high wall, considering that the most commercial airlines fly in an altitude of about 7 to 8 miles. Okay? Y'all gotta understand, this is a big place, man. This is God's place. Now, I'm gonna continue reading because the galaxy comes into place about all that too. Okay, it said, I have said these things to point out that the numbers in Revelation chapters 21 and 22 are not literal. They're figurative. Now, see, this is where we start falling out. Now, this is his own personal opinion now. Because to me, I think they're literal. Now, he believes too that it talks about the church being matter of fact, let me make sure about that. They are figurative. They describe the holy city built by God, which is defined in 21:9 as the bride of Christ. According to the scripture, the church which Jesus built on the day of Pentecost is the bride of Christ. These numbers describe a spiritual city built by God. If you would like to take a look at the website, whatever with the woo. And then he goes longer to say, one other thing. This may seem a little strange to you considering the nature of your question, but just consider this for a moment. I have a difficult time believing that heaven would be as small as the city described in Revelation 21 and 22, even if the numbers were literal. Scientists who work with the Hubble telescope recently released pictures of the universe, which contain galaxies as far away from the Earth as 12 billion light years away. That measurement is too great for most of us to even imagine. Now, God made this universe, and the Earth is only one tiny speck in the entire picture. Now, y'all just heard what this man said. So he said that the Bible verse was figurative, right? And then after him taking into consideration what science says, he says that even if it was literal, he still wouldn't really believe it because of what science is. So to me, in my opinion, he's choosing to put the Hubble telescope and science them first above these scriptures, unless you just don't understand the scripture. Whoever this person is, not to knock. But that's the thing. Scientists has came and kind of took that, because science plays a big part in everybody's life, man, to where we really listen to what they say and all the information that they get, and we kind of, majority of the time, we'll base their information and try to use that to put the Bible together, which is the complete opposite. We got to use the Bible. It'll actually put science information together and make it be like, okay, that's what y'all lying at. Oh, that's what y'all telling the truth at. Because it's not all lies. Just 80% of it is. That's all I'm saying. Even the pictures of the Earth that I show you, those are real pictures of Earth, man. It just don't shape like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just manipulated a little bit. You know? But that's your own opinion. And another thing, too, if I didn't say, we all connected to the spiritual realm. The circle and the square, by the circle being the spirit realm, the spirituality, and the square being the physical realm. And they both are 360 degrees. They both coexist within, I guess, another dimension on top of each other. Y'all wouldn't know what I'm trying to say. And now I'm going to show y'all something real off the wall. Okay, now, as you can see, you remember the flag, the United Nations flag. Same thing. Okay? Now, this picture right here is supposedly the firmament that I put in one of my videos, was saying how, was it Hebrew, what they look at the world as. Now, the circle you see right here, the water supposedly around it that goes in, it's not actually in a circle like that. We can't go outside of that wall right there, man. That firmament. We cannot go outside of there. Period, man. If you can look up videos right now and of the sky in that, what is it called, time lapse. You can clearly see that the Earth is standing still. The sky is moving. The sky going in a circle. Go look up time lapses of the sky. Yeah, don't be scared when you see this stuff, man, because it's the truth, man. We've been living in the truth the whole time. You should be excited that God is up there waiting, and He is who He say He is. And when you feel the wind, just know that's that spirit realm right there. That's something you cannot see. I'm telling y'all, this is an Old Testament one I found. They were saying it was. I was just like, huh. It almost looked like the other one, but you know how the other one built in a circle, like got a circle ball. This is how it says, and we're in there. Now I know that's probably still weird from y'all. Y'all probably be like, how can we go from a circle Earth to this? I know that's crazy. I know it's crazy, but when you try to knock God out the picture, that's like going to heaven for the first time. You gonna be amazed and shocked, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so I know I was supposed to talk about dreams and stuff like that. I'm gonna have to say that for another video. This video is gonna be too long. This is a picture of the North Pole. I tried to find North Pole and anywhere. Usually on maps or something, they ain't got the pictures of the North Pole nowhere. But I found some images. This is a photo image taken on the 6th of January 1967 by the satellite ESSA 3. Now I don't believe in floating satellites, but I do believe they got something up there flying taking these pictures now. Because if there's floating up there, then that was necessarily says space. And if there's space, then you can go outside of front. I'll let know. Now, you know what? Wait a minute. Let me rethink that. Wait a minute. Okay, I gotta rethink that little piece. I ain't gonna just state no conclusions on that. But this picture of the North Pole taken in 1967, as you can see, they said that it wasn't as clear as right here. Now it just looked like a big black hole, but check this picture out. I thought this was tight. The remarkable photograph taken by the ESSA 7 satellite on 23rd of November 1968. There was almost no cloud cover. What is it? The ice fields of the surface can be observed, and the hole at the North Pole can clearly be seen. Now, there's a Bible verse where it said that he stretches out the north over nothing. He stretches out I don't understand that. I thought this was a pretty interesting picture. Now, I got videos that's going to blow your mind. I ain't going to do all that to y'all because that evidence is too hardcore. Okay, so this is a philosopher's stone. I don't know if you ever heard of this, but this is more properly philosophorum or stone of the philosophers. Latin, lapis philosophorum. A legendary alchemical substance capable of turning base metals such as mercury into gold. Chrysophoria, from the Greek, that ain't even English. Chrysos, gold, and poen. Oh, poen, like pouring water. I got it. To make silver. All right, man, that's what that is. But as you can see, it's triangle, square, circle. Look like an eyeball. Oh, I may have to talk about the pineal gland up in here. Matter of fact, let me see this camera ain't cut off. Sometimes the battery will drain. I don't know it, but I guess this philosopher's stone lead me into the pineal gland because it looked like the eye, but it also I wanted to show that the triangle. You know what I'm saying? The triangle, the circle, and the square. And right here, even in Da Vinci, they got this right here, this picture of where the body was supposedly like created in a sense. I don't know. I thought that was interesting. Okay, first of all, let's look at the pineal gland, all right? We got to go into it anyway. So the pineal gland is basically, I don't know if anybody noticed, but back in the day, basically the pineal gland was once known as the third eye. And the French philosopher René Descartes stated incorrectly that it was the principal seat of the soul and the place in which all of our thoughts are formed. I think it is the principal seat of the soul and the places which our thoughts are formed. I think that's where our thoughts are formed. Man, that's crazy how they be doing that. But as you can see, these pictures right here, these two pictures are actually actual pictures of pineal glands or pineal. I've been saying a pineal. My bad. I've been saying pineal. A pineal gland. I'm going to try to remember that. But if you're looking at these two these two pineal glands, these are actually glands on fluoride. Yes. Which is not good at all. Come on, man. We know what fluoride, what that is in. Come on, man. They trying to stop. What they doing? Let me see. We can find fresh water, but I don't know if y'all heard of something called holy basil. Matter of fact, hold up. Before we go to Holy Basil, this is the picture of the actual brain in the inside, but the Horus, the eye of Horus, and the actual inside of the brain and how it look. But that middle part is the pineal gland, and this actually looks like the eye. And they actually look alike. That's crazy. This all makes sense of why they be using that symbol. You know, even in the pyramids and stuff like that. Come on, we already read that they use that the sin in heaven or something like that. Yeah, those are the marks. That's what it is. The third eye, thalamus, eye of Horus. Yep. Nah. We was talking about sleep paralysis last time. One dude corrected me and he looked it up. It don't even really show. It just, what matter of fact, what it say? I couldn't even find really nothing under sleep paralysis, but it say, can sleep paralysis kill you? However, there really no evidence that it can't read. However, there's really no evidence that it'll kill you. Research has shown that sleep paralysis is not dangerous, says Bros. It does not cause physical harm to the body, and there are no clinical deaths known to date. What makes sleep paralysis scary? During rapid eye movement, REM sleep, dreaming is frequent, but the body muscles are relaxed to the point of paralysis, perhaps to keep people from acting out of their dreams. Researchers have found that two brain chemicals, glutamate and GABA, GABA, are responsible for this muscle paralysis. Oh, that's interesting. Why does paralysis happen? Causes. During rapid eye movement, REM sleep, the brain has vivid dreams, while the muscles of the body are essentially turned off while sleeping. The muscles are unable to move so that the person won't be able to act out dreams with their body. Sleep paralysis happens when a person wakes up before REM and finished. Wait, so sleep happens when a person wakes up before REM is finished? But if we wake up in that REM, then we ain't wake. How we gonna wake up before the REM finish, but we in the REM still? Oh, but our body? Wait, our mind is in the REM, but our body awake? Man. And the thing is, the reason why when you look at pictures in sleep paralysis and they got pictures of demons, but they just said ain't nothing dangerous about it. And they ain't no case have ever been of it ain't ever been no cases of sleep paralysis killing nobody. But I said this though, because I thought about this and I was writing this in a song. But I said, what if sleep paralysis is consciousness in the spirit realm? You know what I'm saying? And then we get afraid at the time because we don't know how to move. We actually start seeing stuff in that time. We still in the spirit realm. We get scared, so because we trapped, so we get afraid, and maybe we start feeling like, and we wake up and be like, it still feel like a dream, but we know we were seeing, you know what I'm saying? Because that happened to me too before. But I was so aware and conscious, like I don't feel like no dream. Even my girl, she seen me one time. I was sleeping next to her, and I told her what was I doing. She said I was literally like making a sound like trying to get out or something. Like I was just making a sound shaking. But in my dreams, I was like, I was trying to shake out, and I couldn't. When I was telling you about the pineal gland on fluoride, there's something called, matter of fact, let's talk about DMT first. They say DMT so-called, and I remember some people say something like shrooms. I remember my friends used to tell me, T, you should take shrooms. You'll have a good trip. You always got a positive thought on everything. Be like, no, I'd probably be scared like a mug after that. They be like, no, they try to give me, nope, I still never did it to this day. We naturally got it in our head. You know, I'm just go to sleep, you there, boom, back. Hey, that's good enough. Look at DMT breakdown. It occurs as the primary psychoactive alkaloid in several plants, including mimosa, tenuiflora, tenuiflora, diplopteryca Cabrera, and Psychotria. This is ridiculous. DMT is found on the mirror, accord, and stuff. Man, y'all can read that, huh? I'm gonna just start posting it up and then y'all read it. I ain't got time to be pronouncing all these words, making my video too long. Benefits of holy basil. Throughout in the Tulsi is acclaimed as the queen of herbs and is revered as a sacred plant infused with healing powers. Ooh, Tulsi is also known as holy basil. Makes a delicious and nourishing herbal tea abundant with a vast array of health benefits. Reduces stress, supports the immune system, is abundant with antioxidants, builds stamina, powerful adaptogen, aids digestion, anti-aging, balances metabolism, balances energy levels, uplifts mood. We need some of this holy basil, y'all. I was even reading up in here. This is another one. It says that it's actually holy basil, an alternative to medical marijuana. Yeah. Did you know that there's an aromatic plant which offers an alternative that rival those of the medical marijuana treatment without the side effects of the necessity for a prescription. The same medicine plant also protects against inflammation, stress, and even radiation poisoning. Chemical speaking, basil is in numerous tests and varieties, contains compounds similar to those found in cannabis, also known as marijuana. And crazy, I didn't know all this at first. See, that's crazy. So it explains why we all so smart. Come on, man, we all smoked marijuana before. Some of us still do to this day. Okay? The goal is to eventually try to stop. I think that's what God will want us to do. Huh? We should stop together, y'all. We for real. We should all stop. Because that's not good for you. We should all stop smoking together. I'm a believer in a Christian. I be blowing blazes. I'm gonna quit though, for real. Matter of fact, we should quit together, man. Everybody like who wanna been trying to quit for years, man. We should quit on this channel, man, for real. Tell all your friends who smoking tree, like maybe we can blow one for the 9-9 on here. Be like, all right, y'all, let's light up. Maybe we shouldn't. Man, I'm just trying to be real, man. Oslium tossiflorum. What is that? Oslium. I'm saying that so wrong. Osimum tenuiflorum, commonly known as holy basil, aromatic perennial plant in the family Lamiaceae. Man, all these words got me really not like reading right now. Indian subcontinent. Basically, it said Tulsi is cultivated for religious and traditional medicine purposes and for its essentials oil. It is widely used as a herbal tea, commonly used in Ayurveda. I don't know. It has, let me just start skipping where it has a place within the blank traditions of Hinduism in which devotees perform worship involving holy basil plants or leaves found by. Interesting. Holy basil, y'all. Get you some. God bless, man. And I'm going to try to come up with another video describing this more. Of course, I'm going to make a rebuttal. But as you can see, this video is a little deep. They're going to start probably getting way more deeper after this. It's going to get more complex, more into detail. And I'm going to do my best. And I'm learning too, man. If y'all find out something new, man, y'all go ahead and let me know about it. You know, maybe I could talk about it in somewhere form. If I run across it or just throw it out to the world for people to listen to. I'm just trying to make something pop off, man. I'm trying to figure this truth out, man. And I think that's all I'm going to have to say about this, man. That's all I got to say. Too Real TV, we out. I'm exhausted. Boss vibes only over here, please. You ain't feeling like a boss? Oh, come over here. We out.